There's a saying I heard. In order to be excellent at something, you first have to really suck at it. The thing I wanted to share with you guys today is not really anything about this lift in particular. I'm not proficient at it. I'm not good enough to share anything insightful. I could give you a breakdown of the basic mechanics of the lift and what I've learned so far and how I'm applying that. But essentially, to get to the point where I am right now, you could get that from just going online and watching someone like Clarence Kennedy for 15 or 20 minutes and probably get to the aptitude that I'm at with this. Now, instead, what I wanted to talk about is the reason why at the age of 47 I am relentlessly pursuing trying to learn Olympic lifting. So here I am doing my mobility work. One of the things I like about Olympic lifting is it requires a high degree of mobility, and I have to cultivate mobility I don't have in order to just perform the lifts with good form. So I have to really work at increasing my range of motion just to do the lift properly. And that's been really good. Just trying to do the real basics to learn this lift has already increased my range of motion in my knees and my arms and shoulders. And I have a lot of work to do in order to get in a full squat position so I could do like an actual Olympic clean or snatch. And right now I'm working on learning the power clean because that's a shorter range of motion, and it was explained to me that it would be the easiest of the lifts to start with. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I was told, so I decided to just pick a lift, learn it to proficiency, and then move to the another lift. So that's how I've done everything. Pick something, learn it first, then move to the next, instead of trying to learn everything all at once. So I spend about 30 minutes with just the barbell before I even put weights on the bar. The barbell weighs 45 pounds. So when I first started doing this, even that was too much of a challenge. And I started out with my 20-pound bar and my 1-inch weights. And as you can see here, all I'm doing is just trying to break the movement down, stretch my arms into proper position, get my knees in the proper squat position. I try to do standing squats with the barbell it's extended, and that curves my back and it hurts, and it's hard to go down all the way with the arms extended because I don't have the proper mobility and I can't get my arms back, so my center of gravity's off. And just doing the squats with my arms extended and locked out with the barbell is actually painful. So it's easy to do a squat, but then when you add the barbell with your arms locked out, it becomes exceedingly difficult if you don't have the mobility. So there you go, 30 minutes before I even think about putting weights on the bar, just doing mobility drills. So I have the 25s on the bar now. This is where it starts becoming difficult for me. It's enough weight where if I do something wrong, the consequences start having the potential to be severe. I could throw a shoulder out, or it hurts if I don't catch it right. So it doesn't look heavy, but this is, for me, I would say this is a 7 out of 10. I'm obsessed with getting this lift down. I'm having so much fun trying to perform this, but I'm also exceedingly frustrated because when I break this lift down into its individual components, I can do them all with proficiency and with a super amount of weight on it. But when I try to put all the moves together into one fluid movement, I have a hard time. My brain just doesn't have the muscle memory, so I have to think about the lift while I'm performing it, and it causes me to make mistakes, especially with a little bit of weight on the bar. As tempting as it would be to try to put some weight on the bars, I really have to hold myself back here because I'm not confident enough to handle the weight, even though I could probably use brute strength to get maybe 160, 170 pounds over my head. I wouldn't be able to do it with proper form, and I would really risk injuring myself. And also, it kind of counteracts what I'm trying to do, because I already know I can muscle the weight up. I want to learn the lift. So going too heavy prevents me from being able to dial that in. But there's got to be enough weight on the bar that I have real resistance, because once I go under those 25-pound plates, I find it really easy to do the lift, and it feels like I'm competent at it. But as soon as I go heavy, I can't. One of the dangers of lifting at home is you never know when a little rugrat might be underneath you when you have heavy weights over your head. My kids know that if I have my hands on the barbell, they are not to go near daddy. So 135 pounds is about the maximum I can lift right now without breaking form too badly, and I'll probably stay with this weight. What I've been doing is sets of singles. I'll usually do 10 to 15 of them. I try to get that form dialed in. I can go heavier, I can use brute strength, and I can get probably 160 above over my head, but the problem is I can't do it with form. So I'm going to stay at the lower weights until I get this really dialed in. I'll finish off my routine with some kind of a press movement that mimics the movement, and in this case I'm using dumbbells, and I'm just doing squat to overhead presses. And these I'll go heavier, and just to build the strength up, and I want to try to pick an exercise that has direct carryover to the whatever movement I'm trying to perfect, and these seem to work pretty well. Some you can do overhead presses, deadlifts, cleans. Basically you can pick apart the movement and dissect it into its individual parts, and then just like any other lift, train those individually. But the problem for me is putting them all together into one cohesive fluid movement. So why am I sharing this with you guys? It's not particularly impressive. I'm not moving a massive amount of weight. I don't have good form. My technique is awful. I don't know. I think it's an interesting process, and if all we did was share our successes and our strengths, and we don't allow anyone to see any of our weaknesses, or we don't put ourselves out there to be vulnerable, it paints an incomplete picture, and it might make my current level of progress seem a little bit unobtainable. If I was a new lifter, I was a new lifter, and I saw all these amazing athletes in the gym. Even when I saw someone benching 225 pounds the first day I was in there, and I couldn't even bench 135. And I would look at these guys and think, wow, it's amazing. I saw these giant muscular bodybuilders deadlifting 405 pounds. And it just was so beyond me that a human could do that. And then when I started to become stronger, I realized that's average. So if you're a new lifter, or you're somebody that has been lifting for a while but wants to try something new, branch out, by me putting this on my channel, I'm trying to give you a little bit of a window into who I am as a person, and who I am as somebody that will pick a goal and work to achieve it and then perfect it. And in this case, I want to learn Olympic lifting, and I'm very bad at it. And you guys get to see me be bad at it. I don't know, it seems like it'd be kind of silly to only post things that I feel are worthy achievements, so that nobody ever perceives me in a negative light or thinks less about me, when in fact I'm constantly making mistakes, and I was pretty much bad at everything until I practiced it enough to become good at it. And this is that process. This is that ground zero where I'm starting from scratch, and I'm trying to teach myself something entirely foreign to me. And I will say this, for you Olympic weightlifters out there, I have a profound respect for your sport. I've been watching lifting videos for a long time, and I don't know, it never resonated with me until I decided to try it. And then I realized, wow, you guys are super impressive, and this is really difficult. And like everything else, I vastly overestimated my own abilities. So I'm gonna stick with it and see if I can master something new. We'll see. Much for the day. Pick something outside of your normal routine and try to learn something new. I guarantee you it'll make you feel better.